You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the virus, Sirius-XM.
You know you should be that guy.
Yeah, but what should you do is like people go, people call you and go, why aren't you in, you know what I mean? They didn't call me.
Those are your parts.
They don't call you for that stuff?
No, I mean, I went in for, like last week I went in for Cameron Crowe, right? And we talked for like 20 minutes and I auditioned for him, he taped me. And afterwards he was like, that's great. I go, thanks. He's like, you know how you say a line and he was like behind the camera going like this, give me a thumbs up. And I drive home, I think I got that.
I got it, right.
Didn't get it. And that's 10 times a year that happens.
Who got it?
I don't know.
Ken Jeong.
Ken probably can, but my point is that...
Matter of fact, when he went to read, it said, can you be like Ken Jeong? he's a type now. Once he become a type, it's over with.
But Patrice is doing this to him, and
it's the same thing.
And people say Craig Robinson to you at times.
They say everything to me, but
you should have a lot of those Craig Robinson roles.
So that's you feel for it. I'm almost like I'm sad and happy for Bobby at the same time. Like I'm happy that he goes through the same horseshit.
You know what I mean? And
because Ken does too, though.
I know, but you look at Ken and Craig. They're both great guys. They're great guys, but they're not. You know what I mean? They don't.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say
you're not a bridge burning guy.
No, I'm not gonna.
Bobby, I know what you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna burn bridges. I'm not gonna burn.
I'll say it. Patrice is way funnier than Craig Robinson.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you're trying to say.
No, what I'm saying is that you and I are at clubs every night. Working it out,
doing your thing.
Don't do the political. Just don't even go there.
Did I mess up already?
We know what you're going to say. We
Bobby,
feel you,
shut up.
Bobby.
You're already
Stop.
a minority. Don't make it worse for yourself.
Don't be.
No, I'm not. I'm friends with
trying to save you.
We're trying to save you. Shut up.
Just shut the fuck up.
No. I just want to say this. Can I just say this? Can I just say this? Sure. All right. I love both those guys with my heart. But you know,
deep in my heart, he sounds like Mike Shanahan. Why he got rid of
in my mouth. I just puked in my mouth. All right. And I'm just saying that. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Okay.
Say it.
We're screwed. You and I, we're screwed.
Yeah, why though? You guys should be doing fucking big projects, man.
But you
gotta be nice, man. I realize it's way too late.
See, why was he the guy in the office though? In the fucking stock room down there. You two were both in there.
Because he ends up being the guy.
And they went with him.
Craig was he didn't his energy is perfect. Like, and I say that knowing that your energy is supposed to be perfect. And my energy was, look at aloof is being an asshole. When you're trying to protect people from yourself.
I thought you were doing a great job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you were the guy that should have been in that stock room.
Yeah, I was. But that's why I couldn't. I'm not going to say that I didn't do it anymore. But when they would call, I just wasn't available. And it's because I couldn't do 16 hours of what Norton was doing with fucking the Coppola kid today. I just can't do that for more than 30 seconds of ball taint licking about how much I love you.
I like the guy.
Stop making your wrinkled face, stupid.
I like the guy.
It's better off. What he was doing, genuine, not genuine, that is what you have to have, man.
And you can't do that.
You can't play that game.
It seems
Bobby.
fucked up.
Bobby,
I have an example. I know exactly what you're saying.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Ken and I were in Pineapple Express. We had one line apiece, okay? So I show up to work, okay? And Ken and I don't have dressing rooms. We're in the stable with 30 other ninjas. Right? And I'm with, you know what I mean? There are little people with ninja masks on, and I'm in a little horse stable, like leaning against the thing. I go, I don't get a trailer. I was on a show for 8 years. So I called my agent, right? And I said, listen, I'm leaving if I don't get a trailer. I saw Rosie Perez have a driver. You know what I mean? And if we go to a mall, I get recognized too. So I want a trailer. So then later, I think I got the vibe of being a troublemaker because I demanded a trailer.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't want to be in a stable with 30 gooks.
I relate to
you know what I mean?
Right.
Can I say gooks? Or I'm Asian.
You're allowed to say that.
Pan-faced gooks. Now, let me say something. The adjective is too much. But my point is this, okay, is that I just feel like I've done a certain amount of work, you know what I mean? You know, as a stand-up in the Tonight Show, you know, what all the stuff, you know, sketch show, whatever, movies. I want a little trailer.
You're not asking
you know what I mean? I'm not just
you
a bathroom.
Shouldn't have been with the rest of every ninja guy.
Yeah, these stunt guys. You know
Can I say, though?
Yeah.
In defense and in prosecution of him, he really don't know that that's enough. That's where the problem is is that it's not a middle ground. It's not a compromise. This is why I know that Mel Gibson bullshit was bullshit as soon as I heard that the crew was against him. Because I've been on enough sets to know crews are the subordinates. They do what the fucking director says. There's no cameraman that goes, I will not work with Mel Gibson. I know that. There's no makeup girl. They are against, it's a pecking order, and they know it, and they treat the people like shit that they can. Mel Gibson don't get treated like shit by no fucking crew. So that's how I know this was something that was given permission by others for them to fucking stand up and rise up against fucking Braveheart and Apocalypto guy.
No kidding.
There's nobody in Hollywood with enough balls to stand on their own and go, I refuse to do that. So that's how I know. So it's easy to be, if you're not like, hey, everybody, you're an asshole.
and you're not working?
But I'm not saying I don't want to be. I'm saying I sometimes I sit in the corner and try to be quiet, and it comes off like, who's this quiet fat nigga with an attitude?
Yes.
That's what I did on The Office. So, because I didn't want to spoil anybody's fucking day. But here's what they do. they always want to fucking be around you.
Yeah.
They want to be around the aloof asshole. Like, hey, guy. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
You can't just sit there and go, hey, how you doing?
You have to be, I want to be, how are you? But the conversation, I feel like John Doe from Seven. Like writing it down. Today, this guy said hello. I wanted to throw up. And
Yeah.
And just, you just go,
but
what the fuck?
Why can't you just push that deep for a day?
I tried, man.
Knowing what it'll get you.
Many times. You know what? Here's what it gets you. We did the damn, what's the movie there? We were so
Furry Vengeance.
Furry Vengeance. Brendan Fraser and Brooke Shields love that shit. They love the reality of who we were. They was just drawn to it. And people would go, why is Brooke Shields and Brendan sitting with those guys? They're just the construction guys who don't talk. No, we're not. We're A-personality motherfuckers who is getting treated like dog shit by the goddamn sock girl because they think we're extras. Bitch, you better get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, one time I booked a movie, and
I hear you now.
And the lady sent me to the extras camp. I showed up, and she goes, yeah, you're over there, right? So I went over there with like 100 people, like they were in a stadium, like it's shot. And I'm trying to check in and this and that, and I go, I think I have lines, like into my, you know what I mean?
Shit, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I say to the lady later, I go, I think I have lines. And she goes, oh, you're Bobby Lee? I go, yeah. And then she got mad at me, like, why didn't you?
You're an asshole.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me?
You're an asshole.
Like, I'm the jerk.
And he tried not to be an asshole.
Yeah. And then I turned out to be an asshole. You know what I mean?
He's
what
fighting.
a weird world,
You can't
man.
win it. You can't win it.
Yeah.
So you have to. It's either hook or crook. He's the boss on his shit, and it trickles down from him. That's the only chance.
You always got, as they say, pick your battles. Like a lot of times, if I have an issue with a club or a theater, my agent and I will talk. He goes, all right, look, we can do this and take this. Or he goes, if you want, I'll go back and beat him up for whatever it is we're probably entitled to. He goes, if you want to do that, I will, but they did this and this. It's like, you got to pick your battles. Sometimes it's worth really fighting for it. Other times it's like, that one's not a big deal.
Norton, we're not even saying battle.
No, I'm
it's
only
just
saying
a
that.
natural,
Just basic shit. Yeah.
It stinks in my trailer.
I'm thinking about our shitty trailers that we had honey wagons for 2 weeks, which was, we should not have had honey wagons. We should have had fucking trailers when we did Furry Vengeance. We were in those little teeny honey wagons. And it was either I was going to stay there and hate it or quit or just accept it because they weren't going to give us trailers.
And there's no sense of humor. There's no mean sarcasm sense of humor. There's nothing there. You have to. There's not like.
How is that possible?
Like you can't even go, what the fuck? Nigga, I got hemorrhoids from sitting in this trailer so long. Oh boy. Like, I get it. I was just joking. They called my manager that day and said, does this guy have a problem? Because I was in the honey wagon.
Shit.
So I was sitting on that stress all day. So I just said something to old fucking, what is his name?
Roger.
And I go, man, what the fuck? Because that's my sense of humor. He's looking with that, everything's okay, and then what's going on with this thing that's talking to, it's like, I was just fucking with you, nigga. My ass hurts. And now it's like, all right, be funny. One-line construction worker in this shitty movie. Like, can I be a human? No, you cannot. No, you
We went into the house together to meet the director. Me and Patrice came down after sitting for hours. And we're sitting at a table in the dining room in the house. And the director's talking to us. And Patrice is like, I forget what you were saying, but I felt like the wife watching her husband have his third drink and his fourth drink. And I was like, boy, here it goes.
And you know you're being lumped into the whole thing.
I just watch it together. But I'm like the happy one. I'm like, no, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, shit. All right, listen.
Oh, that is great.
We should take a quick break. We got Danny Putty from Community outside the studio as well. You're not leaving, Bobby.
No,
this is good. This is
you're
good.
Danny coming in.
I could kill us.
Hang out, Bobby.
I can have a cigarette. Can I have a cigarette at least?
Hang out.
Please hang out.
You don't smoke anymore. You don't smoke anymore.
You don't smoke.
No, you don't
smoke. Just hang out.
All right.
You're being difficult.
No, I don't think I am.
We're just trying to make it different for you.
Bobby Lee's being an asshole. Like I was listening to that interview, Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah.
That guy is an Oscar winner. Just because that fucker is. He knows.
I think he was genuine though with his niceness.
I'm not saying he's a phony.
So what? I don't know.
But that's how you gotta be.
His niceness is perfection. I'm not saying it's phony. It's just perfection.
But you don't have that in you even to put on.
I pray.
And you need that to really make it in Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Well, it makes you. It's like even if there was a problem on the set, he's a guy who would, I'm sure, address it. But he's not going to come off and make anybody uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
He would address it very nicely and different. He wouldn't come out and just go like, "What the fuck is?"
Right.
Like you asked him a specific. Let me tell you what he did was real quick. That was tremendously fantastic. You asked him a question about, have you been around where people Lily Tomlin? Okay. He didn't answer that, but he gave you a more interesting watermelon story as a. I'll
give you this.
I'll give you this.
And this will be entertaining.
Instead of saying any names that could fucking harm my career.
Wow.
Genius. And my fat ass
That
will
was
go,
good.
yeah, stupid ass motherfucking Steve Martin. I caught him shoving a plunge in his own ass.
You would have been like, yeah, Lily Tomlin's a cunt. I saw it myself.
She got a lot of pussy hands.
All right, listen, Bobby's not leaving.
I might leave.
Bobby,
Stop.
Stop.
I need to put my shoes on.
Bobby, hang out.
All right, you can put your shoes on, but don't leave.
because he's going to leave.
No, I'm going to put my shoes on.
Hide his shoes.
Bobby,
Can you plug Caroline's one more time? Real quick?
Yes, we're going.
No plugging till we get back.
when is Caroline's? Your plug is the most confusing thing. It is tonight, Caroline's?
Tonight, 10 o'clock.
All right, 10 o'clock tonight at Caroline's. If you're in the area, go see Bobby Lee. He's unbelievable. We love this guy.
Thank you.
I don't know if he loves us yet.
I love you.
He's confused by us.
I totally love you guys.
Well, we're trying to work this out. We're really
Tonight
trying.
at Caroline's is Bobby. It's jokes.com. Stand up for the New York Comedy
Also,
Festival.
I've never on radio have ever said that I was molested by a guy with Down syndrome.
Yes.
This is the first time I've ever, because I feel comfortable here.
I think TMZ is going to pick that up today.
No, they won't.
He would only hope, right?
You're listening to Opie and Anthony. On the Virus, Sirius-XM.